Good question.
Yeah, I still remember the faces of all the pigeons, his faces.
Take their bicycles and you just have to like ride across the city, but without any clothes.
That is why I'm against liberals.
There's this guy with white shirt with a gun.
You won't believe what I just saw.
Everybody asks me, Mel, what's it like to transfer to DMUK from abroad? But I'm not Mel. I am Mel, and today we have 4 students who will share their personal experience from 4 different countries on how they studied there and then transferred to DMUK. They will give some tips, advices, share some crazy stories about pigeons. So stay tuned and enjoy! Hello everyone, and first of all, can you please introduce yourselves and what are you studying here in DMUK?
Hello, my name is Iman Ghali Anwar, and I'm studying business and marketing here.
Hi, my name is Daria. I'm studying the exact same thing.
Hello, my name is Adina and I'm studying business and marketing as well.
Hello, my name is Eliza and I'm studying finance and investment.
And what unites you all is that you all transferred here to DMUK from abroad. So can you please tell us where did you study and what did you study?
I applied to University of Hertfordshire, which is located like somewhere near London, but I guess I could say London. And I was majoring in journalism, in media and communications. Well, something a bit useless. Well, anyway, yeah. And then I transferred here. I studied there for like a year or something.
Okay. I applied to Spain and studied there for 1 semester, and then reapplied to Czech Republic and studied there for like 3 semesters on business and administration.
I applied to Arizona State University for a completely different major than right now. It was aerospace engineering. After 1 year, I transferred here. So
I started my journey abroad when I was 16 and I went to Canada to study in high school. I finished it, it was all good, and then I moved to Toronto to study in university, and I had my major in economics, and now it's pretty similar but still a little different, just in the finance field.
Why did you choose that country specifically?
Well, I personally had a choice between USA and UK because I wanted to write in English, and that's probably the 2 main countries that teach in English. But I didn't want to go to USA because it's too expensive, then too much competition, so I chose London.
Actually, I wanted to study in China and study Chinese, but the thing is that first of all, my relatives advised me that European diploma is much more better than Asian, so that's why I chose Spain.
what was the question? I forgot.
Why did you choose that specific country to study?
It was just I was really interested in aerospace, and the best country that teaches it was USA.
So you wanted to work in NASA?
Kinda.
Nice. And I chose Canada, first of all, because I thought about going to UK, but it's hard to stay there after you graduate, after you finish your university. So it's hard to get the job visa, to get a job. So I chose Canada because they give you as they said, they will give you the work visa, then you can stay there, get a residence and then get a passport.
Well, considered how different your backgrounds are, what were your expectations for the countries where you applied?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't think we had any expectations. We just went for it.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't have any expectations because I figured that I'm gonna go to London like 2 months prior. I went there and I was like, okay, well, fine. I went there because it's like such a primitive choice. Everybody goes to London. Where if they don't go to London, they like go to, I don't know, LA or something. So when I went there, I was like, well, it was actually much better than I expected, the city itself. But the studying was, But I think I expected it to be like really welcoming because it's like Europe. But at the same time, I didn't consider the fact that United Kingdom is a bit different than the rest of Europe. Like, it's not like France or something. it's like a whole different island. Well, it is technically, so yeah.
Moving to a European country, first thing that you thinking, it's like traveling in European countries, but I couldn't because I had no much time.
Oh, same. I actually wanted to go to by Eurostar, like to every single country, but I couldn't. It was like so sad. I had so many free weekends. I was like, I can go to Paris, but I can't. So I just stayed there.
I guess I was expecting, I don't know, a bright future.
Did you get it?
Well, now I guess yeah, but I don't think in the US because the US did not stick with me. It was the culture. I did not like the culture. I did not like the people, how they behaved, because it was too simple, I guess. Because in our country, everything is in society. It's more interesting than in the US, and I guess the political views too of the US.
They're also, I think there is a name, they're low context culture, and we're high context.
Yes. So I just think that sometimes, especially when you plan to go abroad, it's just better not to set high expectations, because people are like, I'm gonna go for my dream, I'm gonna have like a job that's gonna pay me millions, and the university is gonna be great. But when you come there, you face the real life problems when not so many people actually talk about them, like before you go there. So you just face the reality.
And also, when I left, I thought, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be like such a different person. I was the exact same person I was here, just like alone in London. That's like the thing. And you have to think about it really. So it did not cure me at all but it was really interesting, I think.
Well, you mentioned about the low culture context and the high cultural context. Can you please elaborate on that a bit more?
I think it's a question to him because I think
high context cultures are mainly Asian cultures, and they have indirect speech, like giving hints or talking indirectly and in a hard way, and usually people understand each other from the littlest hints in here. But in the low context countries, they have to like talk straight to him, get to the point, and you have to answer very simply so they understand, and you have to repeat yourself several times.
And the thing is, by oversimplifying the language, you oversimplify the actual life itself, I think.
Yeah.
Because I remember, actually, I think there is such thing as in London. I remember when I first made my first friend, and only friend that stuck with me for like a year. I went to his house, and they're like somewhere in between low context and high context, I think. And I remember when I went to their house, they're like, "How are you feeling?" And I started like explaining the way I felt, and they were like, I asked just because it was like small talk, like, you know, like you pass by, you're like, "Oh, how are you?" And then they just walk away. And for some reason, I thought they actually cared about me, and I actually like started talking, and then I realized they're not even listening. And it was like somehow a culture shock. I was not offended. It was just really different. But yeah, I think it's quite difficult to still be yourself, like culturally yourself, in a country that is like completely like opposing the idea of who you are. So yeah.
True. So just like I think with the US, it's the same. Like it's mostly the country of immigrants, and every culture tries to bring something from their background, tries to bring something to the US or to Canada, and it's just like a mix of something you just never understand what's going on there. Like so many people, and not exact like culture, not like holidays. You just don't know what like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to lose yourself in such like a really plain country. Well, not plain, just like a collage of a country.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I agree with plain.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So would you say it was difficult to communicate your needs to others? Like when you needed something, when you needed help, was it difficult to communicate?
there was no one to communicate with, like in the first place. Like it's hard to find that person to whom you can just say something. Usually, like international students, they just keep contacts with their friends in Kazakhstan, and they just like have calls like once a week, and they tell them what's going on. There, nobody listens to you.
So there was no support in schools or university you studied in?
No.
Not really. Like, you know, deep talk. I think deep talks are really needed in our lives, and in abroad countries, you can't really have it because, especially in the low context countries, as I said.
And that was the problem. Like when I felt bad and I wanted to talk to other people, like I wanted to talk to people in my university or the professors, they always took my words through the prism of the fact that I'm like alone. They have to feel bad for me. Like I'm like some sort of dog on the like outside, like hungry or something. And they did not like fully listen to me. They were like, they just felt bad for me, but they did not accept me like as someone who is on the same level as them. Maybe it's some sort of racism or something, but I'm not quite sure. But there was like a huge difference between us, and it was really hard to not to notice it. Like I know a lot of people think it's going to be so easy to live there. Like I know English, it's not enough. You have to know yourself so much, or you have to be so sure of yourself that you do not lose like this sort of like feeling that okay, I'm still me no matter where I am. Yeah, but it was really difficult. And I remember I went to therapy there, but it was really bad. It made me feel worse.
Nice.
I was lucky because I lived with my best friends that I met in Czech Republic, so I was totally okay with that. I had deep conversations, and I don't know, I didn't feel like I'm alone there.
That's cool.
Yeah, you were lucky.
I wish.
What would you say was your breaking point when you decided to come back home and transfer to DMUK?
Relatives and friends that stayed in Kazakhstan, because everyone talking like you are too weak to finish your degree there, you are too weak to stay abroad, something like this. And that was that moment that you feel like I don't want to go back to Kazakhstan, but you understand that you have to, because the study in DMUK is much more better and gives you more opportunities there than in Europe for me.
So it was at the end of the second semester. I was still not sure if I'm going back to Kazakhstan, and I was planning to stay for the summer because I failed some of the subjects. And however, I couldn't resist and bought tickets back to Kazakhstan. And when I came back, I didn't want to leave, and I just decided to transfer here.
For me, it was the end of the year, because I remember I was so happy that I finished it, and then this thought came, I have to do it like twice again. And I didn't want to do it twice again. And I actually did foundation here before, and I remember how I missed this feeling of like, I don't know, I was like community, and I was so comfortable here. I remember I was so much happier when I was 17 than when I was 18. So I really wanted to go back to that time. So so I came home and I was like, I told mom, I'm going back. She was like, whatever, just be happy. So yeah, I transferred back and I'm much happier now.
Okay. I think for me it was the pandemic, actually, like mostly, because I finished school in 2018, then went to the university, and in 2020 the pandemic hit, and I actually, we had the online classes, and I actually came to London because my friends were in London, and I was like, okay, I'll just sit there with them, spend some time, and after that I just came home and I just didn't want to go back there.
How was London? Was it depressing? Like raining
Not really.
all the time?
It was fun. Like
Which
when
season?
you're with friends.
Which season?
It was March, April, somewhere there. Yeah, it was like sunny and the weather was nice. So
actually, I really want to say, for the people who want to move to London, nothing beats winter in London. They have like no snow. They just have something in between fog, rain, and snow, and you have to like stick with it for like 5 months, and it's like really cold. I remember it was so cold I had to get myself a blanket that like electrifies itself because it was so cold. Yeah, it's like I have to like plug it in, and only that way I can be warm.
Didn't they have problems in the UK with the gas?
They did. It was so cold all the time. I remember when I came back after New Year's here, I came back and my dorm was like colder than, I don't know, like in like -20 here. And I couldn't do anything about it. So yeah, they had problems with a lot of things.
That's
And
really depressing. Your house is cold.
yeah, it was like I decorated my room in a way that could make me feel more home. But there's nothing more sad than coming home and it's like really cold and lonely. And also, it's really difficult to share a kitchen and like the living room with other people from other cultures. I remember I lived with like 2 people from Nigeria, with 3 people from China, 1 person from Russia, and 1 person from Astana. It was interesting.
How is the sound protection like in London? Because in Canada, I mean, like you share the living room, you share the kitchen with other people. But I lived in a house, and it was like a free floored house. Like on the 3rd floor, it was the family, like who owned the house, and the students were like 1st floor in the basement. And the soundproof of the walls is like you just do this and the wall falls. And like everyone could hear what is going on in the house, like what's going there, here, like there is no privacy.
Yeah, there was no privacy. And the most difficult thing was everybody had access to each other's rooms. And I don't know why, we almost lived like in an apartment. We still had keys, but for some reason, like 3 of the people that I lived with had the keys that could open any door. But the problem is with the sound thing and the fact that we lived together was like, if one of us has like problems, I remember I lived with a roommate, she had like really, really bad problems with alcohol. And it affected all of us. Like I would come to the kitchen and there will be like bottles thrown around and there would be like vomit or something. And if one of us was depressed, it would affect the whole house, like almost as if we were a family. And I had to like sit down and talk to her like, please stop drinking. I cannot smell this thing anymore. So yeah, it's like you hardly take care of yourself, but moreover, you have to take care of like 5 other more irresponsible people. It's like a really dysfunctional family.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so you just have to understand that if you want to go abroad, how much finances you need there to live a good life. So you either rent a room like with some other people, or you live in your own apartment. So it's like very, very different financial situation. So many people just don't they just think that like, oh wow, $1,000 for a month will be great, like I'm gonna get myself everything I want. And you come there and you understand that it's only like 50% of the rent, like your $1,000, and just you have to go to work with your studies, you have to get money somewhere, otherwise it's gonna be hard for the parents.
So talking about work and study, in DMUK, a lot of students can work at part-time jobs while studying and getting good grades. Did you have the same opportunity abroad?
No.
Abroad, no.
Why?
In the US, it was really difficult with the documents because you had to open yourself the social security number, which is not always given to you. It's like a visa. And I thought about working. I applied for work and they sent me the documents and I just gave up because there was too much.
Same situation. It's social security in the US. In Canada, it's social insurance number, like almost the same thing. But yeah, it was much harder. And right now, it's my second year of studying here at this university, and I'm able to work full time, parallel with my studies.
It was hard for me to find a job in my course, journalism, because there was a lot of competition. And obviously they would choose like someone from their own. Yeah. Like, why would they choose me? Unless I'm like really exceptional. And I wasn't. So, and I did not want to work at like McDonald's or something, like for the money, because of the visa, I could only work 8 hours per week. And if it's like a small minimum wage work, then I would like make only £10 maybe. So it wouldn't make any sense.
I had problems for my first semester because of the visa. So I couldn't get any job. I just need to be in university for 24/7. So I have to study and prepare for my examinations. And that's also, I didn't get any opportunity to work or get any internships.
So would you say that you had way less free time? Is it because that your courses there was way more difficult than it is here?
Actually, it is not difficult. The thing is that was I waited my visa for 5 months. So that's why I couldn't get my first semester. And I was in Czech Republic when the period of examination started. So that's why I need to study for 24/7. And it wasn't hard, it just a lot of informations, like 3, 6, or 8 subjects that you have to learn. And there is also like for the math, for example, you have to write writing part and also oral part. You have to prove that you solved this. So that's why it was a little bit complicated for me.
Now talking about the Canada, UK, USA, how would you say that learning program differs from here?
I don't think it was that difficult. Like anyone who just could study, they would get an A. But but the fact that there's too much stress, like from the financial part, from visa part, from job part, like yeah, there was too much on your shoulder, and the procrastination gets worse, and you just do nothing. Yeah, that's why I had a lot of free time too.
Actually, for me, it's the same. I only had like 2 lectures per week. I don't know why. Only 2. Like I had one on, I still remember my schedule. Tuesday, 9 to 11, and Friday, like 1 to 4. That's it. The rest of the time, I was just like walk around in London and like just spend money. And I feel like I had way too much free time, because if you have way too much free time abroad and you're alone, then you have a lot of time to overthink. Have a lot of time to cry. You have a lot of time to be depressed. And there would be like no community. So yeah, I only had like 2 lectures, and I had way too much free time. And I paid like so much money for, well, 2 lectures per week. I don't know how much it is per month. I'm bad at 6. Yeah, 6. 6 lectures, 8. Okay, 8 lectures per month. It's like a lot. No, not enough.
Yeah, but I think it's totally different in Canada. Like we had classes like every day from, I don't know, like half of the day for sure. But the problem was that you have to take at least 12 courses like in 2 terms. So it's like 6 courses per term. And the problem was that you pay for each course, and you just need to take like 12 of them in a year, but you only need like 3 or 4 for your degree. So all of the other ones are your chosen courses, let's say like music or like, I don't know, what else, like history, like essay writing, and you just pay the same amount of money for the courses that you don't need like at all, like psychology, like, I don't know, like all the additional things just to fill your free time with that. So that's the difference between Canada and DMUK, that we only do the courses that we need for our degree. That's logical, and that's a very big advantage.
But honestly, I think it sounds good. Like you had the opportunity to study what you wanted. Because I remember sneaking into philosophy classes. I would just sit behind. I just needed to fill my void with something.
You can just come there, like you could come to any lecture, any class of like any group and not pay $3,000 for it. Like anybody can just come to the university.
Yeah.
So why pay?
I think it's everywhere like that, right? Like you can just go to the university even though you're not a student, and you can just get the courses for free.
Yes, like anybody could just walk in, and I don't know, we were allowed to have like, I don't know, have food in our lectures. Like some people would just sit there in the back and just like eat or chit-chatting and so on.
Was it a public university?
No.
Really? Wow.
I think it shouldn't be public.
I think if there's like a lot of people studying at uni, like 30,000
Or maybe
plus,
public.
like 30,000 plus. In my uni, there was like 40,000 people. Then obviously you can just sneak in. Nobody counts.
Yeah.
But if it's a private university like this one, where there are like, I don't know, 10, 15 people per class, then probably the professor would notice like something is wrong.
Also, one of the problems was that the classes, there was too many students in one class, like 100 in one lecture. And it also makes it difficult to make new friends because there's too much people, and most of them know each other and just sit with each other.
True. Like 200, 300 people in like one lecture, and there's no chance for you to ask a question. There's no chance for you to, like one lecture was 3 hours. So usually that was the usual time for the lecture. When here we have classes for like 2 hours with a break. But there was no break, like only if you're lucky, they will give you like 10 minutes. But so many people, it's a long time for a lecture, and in like 1 hour, you're already like sleepy, you want to go home. And
Because of the same cause, it didn't feel like I was studying, because you couldn't get direct contact with the professor, and all you could do is just come to lectures, which felt like just seminars, fake seminars, and you just went home and studied yourself all the courses.
Yes.
And repeated it.
the professors didn't even know like our names or something. That was like never, you can come to them, talk to them. It's like they're helpers or something. But here, our professor is like, I don't know, he learned our names, all of us, like in 1 week. And he's now, oh, hi, I see you. So, yeah.
Yeah, and with this, it actually feels like you're studying, like you're a part of something. Because I also think that if I was in a private university there, I think it was in a public one. Yeah, probably in a public one. And that there was like not enough people, then because of the cultural difference, it would still be hard for me to be a part of something there.
Well, let's take a step back. You all mentioned that just quite anyone can walk into the university and spend time there. And that does not sound quite safe. So at any part of your journey, did you ever felt unsafe or unsure about your overall well-being?
Yeah.
Good question.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, of course. US, Canada, they are known for their gun laws and so on. So basically any person with whom you sit, with whom, like, let's say you're in a subway and so on, anybody can have a gun with them, and you won't know that. So once I remember we had like this problem at the university that something happened with like the guns and so on. The police is ready, anyways, they're ready to help, but it's not safe to just walk around and know that everybody can get a gun.
So we had this application in our university where you would get the notification if there's something unsafe in the university.
That's a usual situation, like all of us had the applications for university, same thing, and anything happens, starting from like, I don't know, the water broke or whatever, to the guns and threatens and just stay there you are, don't leave.
I think London was quite unsafe as well. Really unsafe. They actually do. Like I would sit in like the tube, the metro. Yeah, they would call it the tube or the underground. And I would sit there and like a guy. There are a lot of insane people there. I think it's like a thing for big cities like New York, Tokyo, or something. London, there would be like a lot of people would just go insane because of it. And I remember there was this guy. Actually, it's a really stupid story. I'm gonna tell the pigeon story first. So I was in the underground, and then like a guy would walk in. I think he was homeless, and then he would hold a pigeon in his hand, and he would sit down and like talk to the pigeon, and he would like place it on an empty seat nearby, and he would like ask him questions. They would have a conversation. The pigeon would like fly up. He would like grab it and put it back down, and it happened like 5 times. That's not the insanest part. And then he had like a huge bag, and then he stood up, and the bag zipped open, and like heads of pigeons would like just fall out.
Really?
And it was like my second day in London, and my mom like just left, and I didn't want to call her and be like, "You won't believe what I just saw." Yeah, I still remember the faces of all the pigeons, his face. I still remember everything. It like probably traumatized me. And it's not like the insanest part that happened. Yeah, a lot of interesting things happen there.
In subway especially.
In subway, yeah.
In subway,
and
it's always the subway.
Yeah, the subway, there is a rule, like if you look at insanity, it means that you are a part of it. So if something crazy happens in the subway, just look away. If you look like directly in the eye, congratulations, you're insane as well.
You just said about your first day, like it was the second day, right? I remember the rats on the subway, like the same thing. And I just remember that in Canada, it was like the first week since I was there, like, and they had that national holiday. I don't know, like in the other cities, but in Toronto, they have this holiday where every person should go outside on the street, like it's summertime. I think it was like somewhere by the end of August, and all of them go outside, take their bicycles, and you just have to like ride across the city, but without any clothes. Like everyone goes without clothes, like you can just Google it. Like it's a true holiday, and like boys, men.
It's like a
everyone.
nudist holiday.
Yeah, yeah. And they just like, same as we have like the Almaty Marathon, they just put like the roads, but you just ride your bike. And like I was just walking around the city, and I just look and I'm like,
That is why I'm against liberals.
so, any crazy stories?
From the Czech Republic?
No, I feel safe.
Yeah, especially the problem is if you dress like interesting. I remember I was in my weird era. I would catch a lot of attention by the way I dressed, and it was actually as a way to protect myself. I wanted to like fit in because they all dressed interesting as well. But I did not count the fact that I looked a bit different than majority of them. I also had this weird piercing that went like this, and people would like chase me, or like they would talk to me, they would like sit nearby. Actually, it sounds interesting, like it would not make me feel lonely sometimes, but like there is nothing much scarier than like total freedom, I think.
And the fact that you didn't have anyone who cared about you also makes you very depressed, because every time you get sick, you just lay in your bedroom. And no one who's calling you, who's taking care of you, and you just have to get up even though you're sick. And especially the healthcare part in the US. Even though we had free healthcare in the campus, it was really of a bad quality, and you had to make an appointment like 2 weeks before, even though you're sick now. And after 2 weeks, you go there and they just tell you to drink more water.
Same.
Basic things, and it doesn't help at all.
Yes, I had like a simple problem for Kazakhstan, like it's a very, very simple thing, but they told me that the next appointment for my doctor, so you have to go first of all to like the general person, and if he sees that you are really sick, maybe he will give you an appointment to like someone else. There is no private medicine, you cannot pay for your appointment to visit someone. And he told me that the next one is in like 6 months, and I ended up in hospital here in Kazakhstan. Like
You've been sick for like
yes, I have been sick for like quite some time, and when I came home, it's like the problem escalated so badly that I had to just be driven to hospital. And the dentistry, yes, they told me to like do something with my teeth. It would cost, let's say, floss them. It would cost like $1,000 or $1,500. So somewhere around there. And my mom told me to just drink painkillers and for like a month or two, and then do it in Kazakhstan for like 20,000. So the difference.
Well, coming back to Kazakhstan, why did you choose DMUK exactly? There are quite a lot of universities with different faculties. Why did you choose the Moffat University?
Well, I personally just came back.
I think it's the part with Yenta. Because, for example, Kimap, I wanted to go to Kimap because a lot of my friends were there, but they required Yenta to go there. So DMUK was the only one who got you in only with IELTS, which was ready at the time. So it was easier.
True. It was something new, it was something interesting, it was something that will give you the opportunity to have internships, will give you the opportunity to travel to UK, like if you want to, and finish the classes there. So it was like a good opportunity, a good thing to try, because after Canada you won't be afraid of anything, so not that bad. And yeah, it was a good choice and at least something good in life.
Actually, I had two choices, to go to Malaysia, study there in English, or stay in Kazakhstan and study at DMUK. So I decided to study in DMUK because Malaysia, it's still Asian country that you have to study without working, without any life balance. So in DMUK, they provide like internships, as I said before. So that's why I think it's much more better that after you graduate, you get any experiences. So that's why I chose DMUK.
And I also still wanted to maintain my British diploma. I did not want to like lose, well, I did lose a year, but yeah, I did not want to have a different diploma.
So, as far as I understand, some of you change your faculties.
Yeah.
No.
Can you please explain why did you change it and what did you choose?
Okay, I've studied on business administration and now I'm studying business and marketing, so I didn't like quite change it. I chose marketing because I like to do that kind of promotional videos, banners for advertising. And now I got internship in BA Group, so in marketing department. So I understand that it is things that I love to do. And I had finance classes in my faculty, but still it's a little bit, how to say, I don't like it just. Finance is not my thing, even though I'm good at math. So that's why marketing is something that I feel comfortable.
We had projects with the higher level students, like the third year, fourth year, and you just look at them and I actually like pitied them because they already started their career, but they they have like $15 an hour, and I realized that career path is not mine because I don't know, it's kind of depressing to live from payment to payment, and considering the inflation in the whole world, it's really bad there. And business and marketing is, I think, a really great way to gain financial freedom, because I think that's one of the most important parts in the life.
So after doing journalism, I figured that I still want to do writing, but at the same time, it's really hard to pursue an art career or any career actually if you don't have a base in the basics in business and marketing. Like I have the skill and I really want to know how to sell it. So in order for me to be able to do that, I have to have a foundation. So I went back to my major that I did during my foundation year.
I didn't change much. Like I had international economics. Right now I'm studying finance, investment, so I just kind of went into the financial field. It's not the same, but it covers the same topics anyways.
How did your transition to DMUK went?
Very smooth.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
We just came in with our parents, talked like for 15 minutes with Ahmed Bey, and he just got my hand. That's it. You're welcome.
I didn't even tell my parents that I'm transferring. Like I just took the university documents from Canada. I just applied here, and when Big Zat actually like did it in like a few days, I think it took a few days to get into, and he was like, "Okay, good, you're from Canada, nice." And only after I got the approval letter, I came to my parents and I'm like, can we talk? Like probably I'm staying here, and yeah, of course mother was shocked, but I'm here anyways.
That was smooth for me, and special thanks to Sanjar from admissions because he helped me on my way to transfer, because I was thinking about transferring here since last year, April, and I had a lot of problems in Czech Republic, and Sanjar always be so supportive and always answering my questions and trying to explain something. So thanks to him, that was really smooth and easy.
Did you have any regrets at any point that you transferred back to Kazakhstan, that you chose this specific university?
To this university or just in general? Did I like regret? No, I did not regret that I moved to this university. I just regretted that I came back sometimes because it was so interesting. Like I would just have so much fun, but I was quite sad for like 60% of the time. But still, nothing I think beats the feeling of like exploring on your own. Like I will never be 18 again, explore London on my own. But yeah, sometimes I feel it when I'm bored here. Like when I sit in the exact same coffee shop, drinking the exact same coffee, I'm thinking, oh, I remember the times when I did not do that. But that's it. Yeah.
What would you say you miss the most?
I would say exploring too.
Yeah.
Because one time I went to Grand Canyon with like in a bus with a group of people. It was super fun, but that's the only time I really explored.
No, let's say Niagara Falls or some new, like let's say the access to different influencers, the access to like to the media, let's say new brands. Like if you're interested in this topic, you can order from like anything from any website, and it kind of made the life easier, like that access to different places, because you can travel like so cheaply around US and Canada, like in between the cities, in between the states. It's like $100, yeah, for a plane.
Kinda, yeah.
Something like that, like the low-coster airlines, and you can just travel anywhere you want.
I sometimes feel like when I went to London, it's like I almost started living the actual life, like the adult life. And what scared me most was the actual fact that I had to go outside of my comfort zone. And when I came back, it felt like I was still in this glass bubble. Like I'm still really comfortable. And I feel like someday I will have to go back. Well, not to London directly, but I still have to go back to this feeling of being alone and having to figure it all out by myself from like ground zero. But yeah, I still think that I did it too early, but I still think that I have to do it anyway someday.
The thing is that you always have to rely on yourself. You cannot trust everyone. So that's why maybe you feel that adult life. And also the thing is that my friend and I just decided to visit our friends in another country, like at 10 p.m. And we just randomly packed our backpacks. And that was the things that I miss so much, because in Kazakhstan you cannot do that because of the safety. Yes, that's all.
What would you say you missed about Kazakhstan the most?
Horse meat.
My family being safe.
Family, yeah.
I think the overall community.
Yeah.
Like speaking, talking in Kazakh, eating Kazakh food, everything Kazakh.
Sometimes when I was here, sometimes you know that our national holidays, and you have to meet every relative from your family or some toy, вот это всё, and you miss this. Like you miss, you don't see your how your, let's say, cousins, how they grow up, any family meetings, and you just miss all of that. You're just there alone, and they are here having a party without you. But yeah, it's sad.
Would you say that in DMUK you will feel way more welcomed and at home?
Yes.
Why?
Because, as I said before, it's the direct contact with your group mates, with your professor, anyone at the university. Because it's small and you can directly contact everyone, because you can see them anywhere.
True. Yeah, it's an easy access, like to university, let's say facilities, to university, like advisors, administration. Like you have a problem, you just go there and just talk to them, and they will solve it. And you have your group of people whom you see every day, and you get used to each other. That's a good feeling.
I think it's like being ambassador. You meet other ambassadors from other faculties. So now I know most of the students in DMUK. So I feel comfortable, and they are so friendly. Also, student service, admissions, and others will also be so supportive and helpful.
What advice would you give to somebody who wants to study abroad?
Be independent.
Be realistic.
Be realistic.
Don't expect too much.
Plan your finance.
Double check informations and agreements that you are going to sign.
Sounds specific.
Take as much medicine as you can from here, Kazakhstan.
Don't buy useless things.
When you come to Kazakhstan or before leaving, visit dentist.
Oh yeah, visit every single doctor you
And
can.
every single doctor, yes, not only the dentist. But yeah, check your chances to stay in this country after you graduate. So if you're gonna go back here, if you want to stay there, check this.
Have a plan.
Yes.
And I think you have to find mentors or someone who studied abroad, so you can get any advices or maybe, I don't know, deep into that culture and system, so you can understand for yourself that is it suitable for you or not, and
Learn how to cook.
yes.
Find other people from the Central Asia and get in that group, because the country you're going to study, the students from there are not going to speak with you because they already got friends. The only people that you can be friends with or you can talk to are internationals. And the best way is to find a group chat.
And also, really important, learn about the culture.
Yes. Don't stay at home, try not to stay at home 24/7. Try to explore, to visit different places, even if you will be alone, just go there and see it and explore, have fun, but not too much.
Yeah, not too much. Be careful and stuff.
Take care of yourself.
Be happy.
Well, I think that is all. Thank you for coming and sharing your personal experience, and thank you for watching.
Thank you. Ура!